And there's another story here too, on my travels. I'm just passing it. Up the trail there is Darrow Farm. I've done some white van man work out of there. And again, Darrow Farm, Whites and Co in Dis, Royal Mail Postie Assassins, full of Norfolk Wolf Creek serial killer lies, and certainly not true. And no Roy White and White Van Man here. Brian Goodman, another one, had plenty to say because I was out, going all over the country in a white van. And say no Roy White and White Van Man here. And that's interesting. Over there is the Schaefer Tunnel, the Burston Domain over there. And it was with the police council collaboration. I mean, police surrounded me first in Hitcham. Shays also accused me of voicing affairs on the coast, which is never the case. Affair with Lisa, never the case. Police surrounded me at Hitcham, calling for backup, calling me a black cat. The Black Panther on the list, and that big Sandringham serial killer frame. But what was interesting, with all the Shea fraternal and it was their profiling of myself. I have mentioned before, but that's always worth mentioning. Because I say, Sandringham, thought they'd got the perfect fall guy to cover up their crime. And I have mentioned before, but it's just very relevant to the story. Ipswich over that direction. Well, Steve Wright from Ipswich, whether he was a ferryman for the Mason SS 66 mob, satanic occult, worked in the Ferryman pub in Norwich, 5 girls in Norwich, Ringland murders, 5 girls in Ipswich. He may have been a ferryman. Same with Huntley with the Temple of Set, Mildenhall and Lakenheath. Because Satanists will pay people to abduct women and children, young girls. But anyhow, back to their profiling. Steve Wright from Ipswich, that's this over there. You can't see it really because of the treetops. A town full of a monster, layers of monster black serial killer lies. But the other side of that is Ipswich. Well, Steve Wright, he was in the Merchant Navy. So was I. Steve Wright, he witnessed domestic violence when he was a child. So did I. Some people probably did. He worked as a forklift driver. Well, I have a forklift license and a reach truck license. But that don't make me Steve Wright. And then Ollie over at Burston, over in the Shea Fraternal Domain over there in Burston. He bought himself a big Mercedes and a new caravan to go to air shows. Lovely old Volvo estate that he had, all curtained out. Spent a lot of money on it. Said, Johnny, just give me the scrap price for it. And I sure was, and that was a lovely old bus. I just travel off to the coast. I say no voice and affairs at the coast, pull my curtains around. People with £30,000-40,000 camper van. And me with my £150 Volvo. And that was a beautiful old bus. But then, over there towards Ipswich, Stowmarket, you had Clive Howard, who was a motor mechanic, quiet, unassuming guy, for 28 years, was raping and abducting women. And he abducted this girl who took a photo of his car and threw her phone in the bushes, and then later she managed to escape, took the police to retrieve her phone. And what sort of car did Clive Howard have? A red Volvo estate. So Johnny Botwright's travelling around Norfolk in a Volvo estate. But I'm sorry, that doesn't make me Clive Howard. That was just bought because it was too good a bargain to miss. £100 stereo in it, £20 worth of fuel. Started on the button, ticked over, never missed a beat, and that was my home on wheels. But just because I had a Volvo estate doesn't make me Clive Howard. But according to the Shea Fraternal and Norfolk Police and Dis Council, I'm the big black cat. I mean, there was a big, a black panther or a large black cat. Some people said that was about the size of a youngish Labrador. Will Shea reckoned that he saw it, but that was all over over the Haywood, just over here, Burston, Thelvin. People spotted it. but they made me out to be the black cat, copycat, Steve Wright, Clive Harwood, you know, the black cat of Burston, Sandringham serial killer. And again, yeah, I was at Hitcham, 7 miles from Sandringham, so they thought they got the perfect fall guy. And then I had something else that Steve Wright and Clive Hard didn't have, was more bogus diagnosis from the Norfolk Bacon SS pork farm than on any serial killer, any paedophile, any rapist that you could mention, past or present. Here we go, look, you can see the helicopters coming over now, and it is a war zone. Yeah, the storm is coming, but it has been a war zone for me in this. So like I say, I will disappear from this for all the right reasons, not because I'm a serial killer or a rapist or a paedophile. One big war, you know, Norfolk Bacon SS. And like he says on law-abiding citizen, you know, I will bring the whole rotten, corrupt, diseased temple down on your head, on your heads, with all your monster black lies. So certainly no Steve Wright black cat copycat here, no Clive Harwood, no Darrow Farm, Norfolk Wolf Creek, you know, Roy White and White Van Man here. All delivered again by Whites and Co. Royal Mail. That's the one. Anyhow, God bless. We'll speak again soon. Take care and keep safe. Bye.